welcome to my channel. This is Makeup by Mackenzie, and I am Mackenzie, obviously. Today, I am going to be doing kind of the antithesis of my video last week. So last week, I did a really cute, fun, sparkly Valentine's Day inspired look. But today is kind of the anti-Valentine's Day look. It's gonna be dark, and it's gonna be sad. But most importantly, it's still gonna have some sparkle. So without any further ado, let's play with some makeup, shall we? So my look last week was fun and cute, and this week is not gonna be fun and cute. I mean, it's gonna be fun, but it's still gonna be cute. This look is for all the people out there who, on Valentine's Day, on the outside you're like, I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need no man. But on the inside, you're still a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. But you really do want one. This is for you, I'm one of you. Trust me, the feeling's mutual. We're going to be doing basically a really dark smoky eye, a dark black smoky eye. Black smoky eyes can be really intimidating. But they're actually not that hard to do. They just take some time and some finesse and a lot of blending. Desi Perkins does a really great tutorial on a dark black smoky eye, and she really goes in depth on all the different steps that she does, and I've actually learned quite a bit from her about doing an eye like this. And so my look is going to be fairly similar to that tutorial, so I will have that linked in the description box below for you guys, so that you can watch that tutorial, and she has some really great tips. As you might be able to tell, I have not put on any makeup at all. With a dark eye, it's a good idea to do the eye first before you do the face, because then it makes cleanup really easy. If you make any mistakes, if there's any dark eyeshadow fallout, you can really easily wipe it away. It's also really nice if you want to do a sharp outer wing kind of look, because then you can just take a makeup wipe and go like that and make it sharper, or you can clean it up with your concealer and your foundation to make it a little sharper. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna start with priming my eyes with a concealer. You can use like a nude eyeshadow base, or you can use a primer that has a little bit more opacity to it rather than a sheer one. My normal eyeshadow primer is sheer, so I'm not using that today, and I kind of want a nice even base for this look. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl Outlast concealer, and this concealer is really great to use on the eyes because it dries really fast. So you don't have to worry about it creasing really fast or it smudging around and stuff. So for someone like me who has hooded eyes, it's a pretty good option. So I'm just going to take some of that on a flat brush, and that's gonna go all over the eyelid area. So that's just, I'm just gonna start applying that, and it's really just going all over this eyelid area here. And now I'm just taking a fluffier brush and buffing it out. Like I said, this concealer dries really, really fast, so you wanna work pretty quickly with it. If you're doing a base or if you're doing a concealer, even if it dries down really fast, you still want to set it with a nude or your same skin tone colored eyeshadow. So this is just from Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna go over that lightly. And so this will set that eyeshadow base, but then it will also provide a really nice aid to your blending. So this will help you blend everything out really nicely. All right, so there's our base down and done, and now we're going to start applying some color. So for this, I'm going into my Morphe 35O palette. I'm gonna start with a pretty light transition shade, and a transition shade is really nice, especially for really dark looks like this. It helps the dark look transition from the dark color to your natural skin tone, so it's not so harsh, and it provides a really nice, clean, blended look. So I'm starting off with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this shade right here, And that's just going all over the crease. Bring it down as far as you want here. Because again, we're gonna clean that up. And it's okay if you get some on the lid. Because again, that's gonna get covered by black, so it's not a big deal. Transition shade, but you can use any shade you want for your transitions. You don't have to use the exact shades that I'm using. And if you feel like you brought that up a little too high, you can go back in, blend out the edges with that blending shade that we first used. So now I'm taking a slightly smaller fluffy brush. This one's a little bit pointed, and I'm taking this shade right here, and that's gonna go in the crease, but it's gonna stay, it's not gonna go as high as this transition shade. And that's we're gonna get that pretty dark. Again, if you get this on the lid, not a big deal. This is gonna help us to transition from the black shade into our my natural skin tone. Make sure I'm getting it down here as well, so that when we clean it all up, it's pretty consistent. I'm just really taking my time with this, not rushing the blending at all. Slowly building up that color until I get the pigment that I want. Really not rushing this. This is not a look to do if you don't have a whole lot of time to get ready. This is a look that you do if you have quite a bit of time to get ready to wherever you're going. These black smoky eyes, you do not want to do last minute. If you want them to look nice, you don't want to do them last minute. But they're not hard, they just take time and blending. Now I'm just gonna go back in with that first shade, and I'm just going to bring that back up again along the edges just to make sure we didn't lose it at all. Okay, so that's what we have so far. It's a little bit of like a faux cut crease kind of vibe we're going on right now. It's not gonna stay that way. Okay, so we're done with the 35O palette for now. And we're gonna go into our black now. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon Single Eyeshadow in the shade Panther. And this is gonna be my black shade, and we're actually going to start in the crease first before we go anywhere else on the eye. And so I'm taking a small, fluffy, but very narrow, pointy kind of brush. And this is just gonna go lightly in the crease, and we're gonna go below that brown shade. So again, it's okay if you get it on the lid. We're trying not to cover up the brown shade too much, but this is just gonna be right in that crease there. And I'm starting, on the outside here. And we're gonna start working our way in. It's gonna be very pinpointed. A little goes a long way, especially if you have a very pigmented black. Like this black is very, very pigmented. So start small, gradually build. It's really easy to add more color. It's really hard to take color away. And this is the part where it's going to look really messy. Do not get discouraged. It's gonna look messy, but it's gonna look messy right up until you're done. So just keep going, keep pushing through it, get the look done, and then when you're done, you're gonna be like, I'm sorry I ever doubted myself. That's what we have so far. So now, you could go on and just pack on black eyeshadow, but it's not gonna be very opaque. If you're doing a black smoky eye, you need to go heavy with the black, and you need to make it solid black. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a black eyeshadow base, and that's gonna go on the lid, and we're gonna blend that upwards towards the crease. So this is the NYX eyeshadow base. It's just a black eyeshadow base. And what you can do, if you don't have a black eyeshadow base, you can just use like a gel eyeliner. So that'll work perfectly fine. So I'm just taking a flat packing brush. I'm just gonna go dip right into that. And I'm gonna start close to the lash line and blend upwards. You don't necessarily want a ton of black cream right close to your crease because that can get really smudgy real fast. So I'm gonna start down here by the lash line, get that all covered, and then start blending it upwards towards the crease. That's what we've got. It's starting to get dark. Okay, so now it's gonna get even darker. We're gonna take that black eyeshadow and that's gonna get packed onto the lid. So I'm just taking a flat packing brush, dipping it right in there. I'm gonna start packing. That's what we have so far. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure there's no skin showing on my upper lash line. We definitely don't want that if we're trying to go for this kind of solid black smoky eye. I'm going to take the Rimmel ScandelEyes Kohl eyeliner pencil in the shade black, obvi, and we're going to go right along that lower. We're going to go along the upper lash line here and into the waterline. Yay, waterline. So now I'm just taking a makeup wipe and I'm gonna wipe off any and all black fallout that I have under my eyes. And then, following my natural lash line, I'm going to just clean up that edge there. And now the next step is to prime the face, which I'm going to do off camera, and then let's apply some foundation. So I'm just gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour foundation. So my foundation is on. It's time for concealer. I'm not gonna use the same concealer that I used for the base for my eyes. I'm gonna use my normal Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Because for a look like this, you really want your under eyes to be brightened, and this doesn't really brighten. So I will use the Maybelline. Now I am just going to set my under eyes with the Coty AirSpun powder. And I'm going to set the rest of my face with the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder. Now that we look like a ghost, let's go ahead and warm up the face with some bronzer. I'm just going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so the brows are done. It is now time to finish up the eyes. So I'm gonna skip blush for today, I think. I might change my mind, but we're gonna finish up the bottom of the eyes. And so we're going to start by lining the lower waterline with the same black Kohl eyeliner pencil that we used before. So now I'm going to start to kind of smudge it along the lower lash line, keeping it more so towards the outer third of the lash line and sort of narrowing it inwards towards the lower, towards the inner corner. But we're gonna do kind of a messy look for the bottom lower lash line here. Because we're gonna do some glitter tears. And when you do a really intense, eye look like this, and you start to cry, what happens to your lower lash line? It goes all the way down, or at least part of the way down. It starts to look like a mess. And so we're going to kind of replicate that, but in a pretty way. So I'm just gonna take a small smudger brush, and we're just gonna start to kind of blend that out a little bit. And then in the center here, we're gonna start to kind of bring it down a little bit more. So it's starting to look like your makeup is running downwards. Okay, so that's what I have so far, and as you can see, I've started to bring the color down, the black down, and it's turning blue, but that's totally okay. That's just the eyeliner mixing with my translucent setting powder. So that's totally normal, and it actually might add to the whole tear effect, or you might not even see it. But you can see I'm starting to bring it down. You know, it kind of looks like It, like the clown from It. That's kind of what it looks like, but not as, I mean, it is still kind of creepy, but this whole look is giving me major sobbing in the bathroom at the club vibes. So now for the fun part, the glitter. I'm going to be using the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. And that is gonna go, I'm gonna start by pooling it around under my lower lash line here, getting it all in there. And you can get it into your inner corner as well, because your tears are gonna pool all in that area. And then I'm gonna start to bring it down. I picked this instead of doing like a more chunky silver glitter that's a little bit more conventional with glitter tears. I wanted these fine glitters because I almost wanted it to look wet, how shiny it was, so that it had that wet look. And then you start to taper them down as you go down, so that it looks like they're running off like that. Yeah, that looks cool. You can kind of have fun with this part, you know? Go wild, let your imagination run with it. There's that. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some lipstick. I think I'm gonna go with a nude. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink. And this is in the shade Loyalist. Alrighty, so this is the finished look with the Glitter Tears Anti-Valentine's Day Black Dark Smoky Eye. I think it's a really, really cool look. It's really fun in a sad sort of way. It's definitely one that expresses maybe how you feel on the inside, on the outside. And it's got glitter. It's definitely a fun look, and you could do this on its own without the glitter tears. You could pop on a lash, although I don't know if you'd be able to see it with the dark black eye makeup. Yeah, I really like this look. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Let me know, will you be wearing a look like this for Valentine's Day, or will you be wearing a look like last week's video for Valentine's Day? Also let me know if there are any other makeup videos or tutorials that you would like me to do, because I want to do what you want to see. So let me know. As always, I will have all of the products that I used in today's video listed in the description box below for you to find. I will also have a link to my GoFundMe campaign. 100% of those proceeds goes towards making this channel the best it possibly can be for you guys. So if you like this channel and want to help me make it better, please consider donating to that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MUBYMackenzie. And if you like this video, please give it a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like it in the future. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. Remember, makeup has no rules. They're more like guidelines. So, you do you, boo-boo. Alright, see you next time, everyone. Hello everyone, welcome to makeup. Hello everyone, welcome to the... This is gonna help us to transition. Where is my brush? There it is. I not bring my big fluffy brush. That's my ringtone. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I was about to say LinkedIn.